Okay, so on my journey, I'm awakening more and more. And it is sort of changing the way what I believe is ethical for me to do, what I believe is not ethical for me to do. And there's just always more discoveries on the journey, right? Now, what's ethical for me might not match with what's ethical for you. And I just try to go by what I feel like it is in my heart and follow what I feel in my heart. I think everybody should do that. You know what I mean? Follow what you feel is what resonates with you. As far as selling services, I think it's important with a experiment like I'm doing to reiterate often that I don't think that there's anything bad with selling services in the way where like we are in we're still in the old system. Yes, we're building new systems. And yes, those new systems are a part of the freedom that we want to experience, you know. For me personally, and again, this is just my own thing with me. I don't like gatekeeping information that I feel is going to help the collective ascend. So for me, how that would look is if, like, say I had something that was something that I came across that was really valuable to the collective. And if everybody knew, that would help the ascension of the planet rise. Instead of putting that behind a paywall, me personally, I would share it freely. And then if anybody wants to do one-on-one work with me, then they can one-on-one work with me. That way I'm not gatekeeping, but then I'm not depriving myself of income from clients who really actually do want to work one-on-one, right? Readings, you know, with readings, it really isn't black or white. Working with my guides, I'm always learning. Sometimes, you know, I know that I feel like the addiction to the readings is not healthy. I think that there's a lot of there's an addiction happening where people are always wanting to know what's coming next, and it gets you on the hamster wheel to where you're getting yourself almost further from it because we're not being present, right? But at the same time, sometimes my guides will tell me something that's in the future and that will come true, right? That's a probable timeline. I believe timelines shift. I don't believe you can fully predict the future because I believe timelines shift. I would never tell anybody something bad about their future because I don't want to take their power away from them. But my guides will tell me, hey, buckle up. And then sure enough, I realized that was true. You know what I mean? Or check it out. You know what I mean? So it's not black and white. I don't want to get people addicted to always wanting to know what's coming next. At the same time, sometimes your guides do want to give you a forewarning. And that's true. It's not always black and white. With readings, I don't feel like for me ethically that it's bad to sell readings. I think it's okay to sell readings. You know what I mean? We're still in the old system. We have to make money. The Magic Penny experiment was very much an experiment to see, if I completely leave the system and I'm gifting, will God provide? And yes, God has provided abundantly. You know what I mean? That's not for everybody though. And not everybody can do that all at once. And we're all learning, we're all learning on this journey. Like, I used to sell readings. I was a tarot reader. I sold readings. I built a master class that I charged for at one point. I was a certified counselor, certified healer. You know what I mean? In my dream life, I would love to just be God's finance, like my other business that I'm building financially provides for me, and then I can basically just help people for free. That's my personal dream. The part of the bridge that I'm building is to help Earth's humanity slowly but surely move into a place of more freedom. The system, money itself, isn't a bad thing. It's just a means of energy. It's a means of exchange. It's the system that is corrupt because of infiltration, because of the programming, all the things, right? And because the system is jacked, being part of that system using money feels off. Can feel weird to people. A lot of people who have spent many lifetimes on other planets. It just feels foreign and weird. You know, what are we moving towards? Do we want a planet with no money? Is money, still going to be there? I don't know. It's sort of like we pave the way as we go, and we learn as we go, and it becomes clearer and clearer as we go. I personally love the idea of a world where everybody is so filled with abundance that it's not that money was bad, we just didn't need it anymore. It became sort of like obsolete. There's that theory, but again, it's all theory, and we're learning as we go. But I just want to come on here and pontificate, share more clearly about where my beliefs are, what I personally believe in, and that's just me again. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times I'll post something and I'm only really saying one angle, and it's not all black and white. And I want to sort of make myself clear of where I stand with everything, for my own internal compass. But I love you guys, and I'm hoping everybody's doing good, and I will talk to you soon.